This is your memoir, and it's called From Trauma to Trophies.
Where do I begin?
I don't know.
This is like the funniest shit ever. My childhood was crazy town, but it was my memory and it's my life and my story. And honestly, writing it was so cathartic in a way. It was so healing in many ways because you have to keep writing and you have to make sure that when you hit that sentence, that it's exactly what you mean. And I'm standing on this book and how I feel right now about everything that you read. I'm a trophy girl because I win. I win at life, man, because of the fact that I have this person next to me who is my ride or die. I say my acknowledgement to him on the books. It's just a one-liner. You have seen every version of me and you stayed anyways.
Fuck.
That's it, man.
What's up, everybody? Back today here with Guerdy and her husband, Russell. Guerdy has an amazing memoir coming out called From Trauma to Trophies. And in this book, she talks about her whole life. And the one thing that I really love about this book is at the end of every chapter, there's a QR code that you can scan and dive into her story a little bit more, get the visuals and the real feeling behind it. But you've gone through so much in recent years and now you're here and you're thriving.
Yes.
And hubby is right next to you, being a part of all this with you. And I'm just so excited to be able to give my audience your story. So welcome to the show, guys.
We're so happy to be here. We're so excited to be here. I mean, this is a big deal. I feel like, I don't belong.
Well, first of all, I appreciate that. I really do. But as big as a deal as it's for you and you not feeling like you belong, I am super happy to have you here and you belong. And I cannot wait to get your story out. I've been super excited about this specific interview. Matt and I have been talking about it for a couple of weeks and, he's here. Shout out back there, my guy. And these are the stories I want to tell. These are the things that I really, truly feel that your story, there's somebody listening right now that this is going to hit, whether it's a husband or another woman that are dealing with these issues directly. Like, how can you help them come out of it? You know what I mean? So let's chat.
Absolutely.
So let's get into it here.
Let's do it, man. I mean, I wrote this book. I'm a party planner. Been doing it for 25 years for the best of them on Fisher Island, a little island called Fisher Island, the 1%ers. And it just took, shape. And my life has been quite a journey and reinvented myself multiple times. And we can get into the details, but it just all started in Haiti. Where I was born. And what happened after that was an evolution of our family legacy, moving from Haiti to Paris, from Paris to the US, all for betterment of life, right? And, when you get to a place where you don't belong and, where you feel like, and you find your footing somehow. And so from not speaking English to, being bullied, of course, and to, having lots of multiple layers of things happen. I'm still standing. I'm still here.
Yes, you are.
And I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah. So there's something that you call yourself. You're a communion of culture.
Chameleon of culture.
Chameleon or communion?
Chameleon.
Chameleon of culture. Talk to us about that.
It's my superpower now.
Okay.
As well as my name. So, at first you're like, it's so funny how I started with saying I don't belong. And I do belong, obviously, because I've worked hard to belong in this seat.
Damn right.
But it's funny how I feel like I don't belong because you also have reached such a higher level. So when I say that, I'm like, I don't know if I'm even worthy to be like speaking to you,
It's different levels, right? It's different.
There you
have
go.
Different silos of what we do.
Yep.
Right. And I think it's important for everybody to understand that just because one person on this side is escalated to one area, they're probably looking at you as I'm looking at you. I'm like, you've gone here on another one. I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I feel like my story is very intricate. It has lots of layers, and it definitely will touch someone in some point in their life, whether they're went through, a loss, whether they went through a divorce, whether they went through a lot of cultural difficulties. And for me, that was really the beginning of where I was able to find my ground. Initially, I was born in Haiti. I'm one of 6 kids, now 7, but we moved to Paris. And this was during the worst political times in Haiti, if you can believe that, right? Because it's already bad now, but it was horrible then. And so we left in fear of political, things happening and violence. And so when you go to France, we were able to get help and so forth. But, that was when I became the Guerdy that you know now. I started to find my footing, and I found this amazing confidence, not only through my parents, my mother and grandmother specifically, but through, being enabled to be. And then imagine that. So you're now speaking French, you're into the community. And then all of a sudden, I'm at the age of 9, my father makes a decision. We're going to America, people. This is the 80s. America is the place.
Yeah.
And so we're excited at first. Oh my God, Disney World, Michael Jackson. You think of all the greats.
Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh, you don't understand. We didn't even speak English. We're like, Trailer, that was us. Obsessed with Michael Jackson and Disney. I only went to one movie as a child in France, and it was Snow White. And when we saw the Disney, castle, it was like, wow. So you come to America and we're thinking it's going to be amazing. However, there's a caveat. My father tells us we're going to America. We're only taking the last 2 kids. I'm one of them, and my brother. And so we're thinking, we won the lotto. We won. Bingo. And then so we're bragging in school, the whole thing. And then we get here, and then he's like, okay, I'll be back to, with the rest of the siblings. You guys stay here.
Oh, shit.
So now I'm 9, my brother's 11. We don't speak any English. We're with relatives. I've never met these people in my life. Yeah. And we're told we'll be back. Not too sure what that means and how long this means, but it became 3 months. And so this, again, they did the best they could. At that age, of course, you're thinking, what did I do wrong? The setting in which we were, left with was not desirable for a child, I think, in the sense of the environment, right? They took care of us, they fed us, the whole thing. But it was just that in my book, I describe a lot of things that gave me a lot of phobias and a lot of trauma. And so through that 3 months, it's like I shed it. All the confidence that I had in France, I was like, I'm a nobody here.
Yeah.
I don't understand what I'm doing here, and I don't understand what I did wrong. So it was a mindset of this whole, I don't belong here, I'm abandoned, and all these layers of trauma that people can relate with. And then eventually my family came over, and now is when I have to grind. That's all we know. So one step in front of the other, and all of a sudden I start flourishing and becoming that Guerdy that was in France again. And you talk about the cultural chameleon. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, right? Because you could belong everywhere, but then you can belong nowhere. And that's where that
because you get lost in that shit.
That fine line is so interesting, because I could be in a room with you guys and get along with everybody, have the best time. And then I'll be in a group of women or something, which you may have seen on the show. And it's kind of like, wait, I mean to do good. Wait, you're so misunderstood and you don't understand what. So it's interesting.
I'm a couple things I want to address. First of all, you're talking about coming over here when you're 9. My middle daughter's 9, and I can just imagine. Yes. I can't imagine.
That's right.
Like it breaks my heart. But but from an early age, because of that, reinvention has been this big thing for you without you even knowing it. You had to do it your whole childhood, from Haiti to Paris to the United States of America, right?
Yep.
And so there's been a theme of your life. Russ, let me ask you a question. I want you to chime in here.
Sure.
Yeah.
How would you describe Guerdy, your beautiful wife, as a reinvention expert?
How would I describe her? It's remarkable that she's done it in multiple phases throughout her life. I think when she met me, it became much easier.
Yeah. You give me good stuff to work with.
You guys met in was it high school you guys met?
High school,
okay.
yeah.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
So 30 years ago.
So she kept your ass all these years, so you got to be doing something.
Yeah. And so, there's this little running joke that we have that, she, if I do something stupid, she'll say, "Who raised you?" Because she's like, "What, are you raised by wolves?" I go, and, I realize, I'm like, we've been together almost our whole lives. So yeah, you raised me. You raised me.
The first time he says it, I go, "Oh my God, wait, what are you doing? Who raised you?" You! I was like this. Oh shit, he's right.
So, there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the funny things. And but it's mostly her. She's able to, she's been in rooms with, some big people, and she's able to, people realize, they just look at her while she's in a room and it's like, man, there's something about this girl. She has so much energy. And, I'd like to get to know more about her.
Security. There's something about her.
Security. Lock it up.
Certain people give off good vibes. And I think, most people are able to see that with Guerdy. And I think that's what really gets her through most things, But at the same time, she explains it in her book. Even though that's on the exterior, there's a lot that she was suppressing and hiding from, people that they didn't know about her. And they'll get to learn about that.
I love that because you mentioned when people meet Guerdy, right? I met her out there outside and the way she welcomed me and the way I welcome, I felt like I've known her for my whole freaking life.
That's how
that's a gift. Oh. But what the hardest part about that gift is the silent struggle beneath it. Yeah. Because I also have that gift. And when you're able to welcome people in that quickly and read the energy, you become extremely exhausted because your energy levels just drop. They did. How do you navigate that? Because that's something I'm trying to learn myself how to do.
Well, it's a very interesting thing. And I had to do, therapy, thank goodness, once a week, of course. And that's helped me now really navigate through the why. The why is so important because I'm like, why do I find this zest to continue to have to, it's not even performing, but to show and tell that I'm excited. Do you need something? And to be service oriented in fact, right? That's my love language, obviously, right? And where does that stem from? So doing the work, it's because of the fact that when you feel like, wait, I've been isolated in a place for some reason, and I don't know why. And this psyche has been there for a long time because the culture that I come from, my parents don't explain. It's not like in their culture, they say like, Guerdy, this is what's happening. You're going to stay there with your cousins. One of them has cerebral palsy and it's extreme, and she may have a seizure in front of you, and you're only 9. And what you do is you're going to call. You just literally are watching it.
That's a lot of responsibility.
You have no idea, and you're just in a place for 3 months, and the sensory overload, and you don't understand what's happening. So then all this stuff is coming at you and you're like, what's going on? Like, what? You're not understanding at that age. And now, of course, I'm understanding that it was for the best for the family. But to get to that point, I had to feel like, what is it that I can do to feel like I'm of value? So when you're feeling like, oh, I can help you with that. I'm of value. I can do this. So why did Guerdy become a party planner to the stars at the highest level? My friend, is because I wanted you to know I am worth it, I am worthy, and I am of the highest value. Yeah. So it's self-worth that I was building when I think I was good enough just as I was. I didn't know that back then. So all these years, all this work, I just started therapy a year ago, almost, and I'm just now realizing all this stuff. And so maybe some people who have been hurt look at me and says, she's doing something. This is a performance and she's fake. And there's something behind it. And she's going to stab me in the back. And it's like, no. I literally
I don't read anything fake from you at all.
I know, but I'm just saying that when you get into, the thick of things, when he's talking about I can walk in the room and I'm like, you look amazing, whatever. And then there's some people that are going to say, something's up. And that's their journey. That's their trauma, how to react to that. It's not my journey. Yeah. So we'll get into the let them theory. Oh, hi, Mel Robbins.
Yeah, and you named that the let me theory.
The let me theory.
The let me theory. And I love what you did there, but I want to cover some other things first before we get there, because I do want to dive into all that stuff because, as popular as the let them theory from Mel Robbins is, the let me era that you've created is also, I think it's more empowering. No offense to Mel Robbins.
Ooh,
it's really but think about that shit though, because let them is like giving somebody else power. Let them think whatever the hell they want, but let me. Fuck it. Let's just get to it now because we're invested in it. It's like let me be me. Let me do this. Let me feel the way I'm feeling. Walk the audience through that.
So this is very recent, and this was actually the last thing I put in my book, literally a couple of weeks ago. So I started to try to finish these chapters, and I was giving examples, because you have to give examples of the things that you've went through for the reader to understand why you are the way you are, why you where you are right now. And it took a few things that happened with a with a cast of friends on the show that I'm on that were very big things. It wasn't like, listen, oh my gosh, she said that, she said she worked for, this company and she didn't. Oh, we caught you. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry, I lied. I move on. We're talking about things that related to my cancer journey. So, and also another thing where it was a betrayal and it was done supported by lies about me. And so the old Guerdy, people pleaser, let's just keep the norm, keep going. I would have just been like, you know what? I'm not going to entertain this. I'm not going to do this. I ended up doing some shit that I would probably never do before, but through cancer, being a fucking warrior, being this new version of myself that's trying to put up boundaries, I did some things that were like, okay, bold moves. Someone lied on me, I'm going to show you the receipts so that don't play with me, right? And those are steps that I actually am proud of because that shows me my growth and that I am moving in a place where it's about me, because before it was always about people, 25 years of people pleasing as a planner and so forth. And so that was very controversial. And I stand by what I did. It's just things around it wasn't, perfect, but I stand by what I did. And I think that the let me theory came out of the place of like, okay, oh, but they're lying on you, whatever, just forget it. Oh, you have cancer, just be quiet, just go in the corner, just like, but no. Just because I have cancer doesn't define who I am. Right. I'm still going to speak my mind. And my character as a Capricorn is not one that's going to lay down and say, okay, just let you do whatever you want with me. No. I built this career and this brand with my bare hands, with our bare hands from the ground up. Okay. We don't have the luxury of having our name, thrown around for play, right? Yeah. And so maybe some people do. That's great. But I built this from the ground up and I really care about my brand. It is everything to me. So with that said, let me take my power back and fight for my brand. Let me not accept your apology if you did 3 things, but you want to apologize for 1 and pretend the 2 didn't exist. Let me do what I need to do to find my peace. And if it's not doing the things that you like, I'm going to let you do it, but I'm going to let me do.
Yeah, I'm going to do me. No, and for the people watching and listening, she's referring to the Real Housewives of Miami, and we're not going to get too far into that, but that just for reference and context, that's what she's talking about.
That's right.
Do you mind talking about the things that went on there? I mean, I don't want it to focus on the show, but specifically what you're talking about, what they were lying on you about your disease and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah. No, so I mean, there's a couple of things. One of them, someone actually outed my diagnosis.
Shit.
Oh, yeah. So that was, it was one of the castmates. And she said, claims that it was out of, goodness and that, she cared and that she didn't know that I told her not to tell, and they had to play the receipts, of course, and show that, of course. And that I ended up accepting her apology, but it was on the basis, for example, that I tried to do something good for you. So I'm sorry, but I was trying to be a good friend to you. And it was kind of like, everyone's like, yeah, she was trying to do something good to you, Guerdy, just not. And it was, when you feel the pressure of like, you're the problem if you don't accept the apology, okay, you move on, right? So, okay, whatever, okay, I'm going to, whatever, que sera, sera. And then this recent season, someone decided to come on this season early on and just completely fabricate an entire situation about a cruise. And I'm like, okay, I was there for you. All the receipts are here, but you want to make it seem like I came under the pretense of I wanted publicity when I just came back from the same cruise that you're doing. And you asked me to get back on the boat to be with you, leaving my husband behind. It was a whole thing. And I'm just kind of like, but it was the lies behind it. It was the layer of Guerdy's not a good person. Guerdy didn't even ask about my partner who couldn't make it on the cruise. Guerdy makes everything about her. So it was just kind of like, okay, so that's a brand. That's a brand. That's a brand killer potential and so forth. And I'm like, yeah, no, we can't. No. So I had to make a bold move because after trying to defend myself, no one willing to listen and so forth. Yeah. And so I did something bold, which was actually expose the receipts that would vindicate me. And so with that said, comes the reunion, which the show always wraps up with the reunion. I think a lot of people on TV are used to okay, it's the end of the season. You guys have to make up so that next season we could see smiling faces. And so you think you're supposed to see that. And then this season, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, no, we're going to stand on business.
Yeah, so
I'm just listening to the apology for the 5th apology. Guerdy, she apologized 16 times. Yeah, but she's apologizing only for the one act. She hasn't apologized for the rest of the things that she's done, which are the lies that started
That's amazing.
Yeah. So people want to be selective, and we could play that game.
Yeah, I think it's real. I think it's super important to be authentic, and that's your point. You're going to stand on your business at that point. You don't have to accept apologies if they are less than ample, right? You don't have to. You can hear them out and be like, okay, cool.
Yes.
I let you say your piece, but I'm not going to accept it. Russell, my question for you is, from your perspective, right? Seeing your wife go through all of this, how did it play on your mental health and how you supported her? Because I know how I feel when I feel like my wife is being wronged, even in the school, just in the school system, like whether it's a student, lying on her to the parent, or a parent getting on to her about not helping their kid. This is on national TV. What was your perspective of all this?
It was very, very frustrating to see what was going on behind the scenes. Knowing the truth about what happened, and then have it play out the way people choose to portray it.
Yeah.
So that's the most frustrating part for myself, knowing all of the stuff that she's been through and having that go on TV, be portrayed a certain way, and not have the ability to really defend yourself. And then when you do defend yourself, it's portrayed another way. So
yeah,
very difficult.
It's hard to please, but I mean, and forgive me if I may, but you seem like a very private and quiet person. Like outside of what Guerdy went through, what are you dealing with? I mean, because it's become more of a public, you're public now, right? And you don't come across like a guy that's like, all right, here I am.
Exactly.
I mean, I mind my business where, love it. My sanctuary is at home with my boys, my wife. I'm a firefighter, so I'm still working. I still go to work. I have a good group of guys that I work with. So I'm good. I'm I feel good. Like you said, I don't get into the all the shenanigans and everything. And I don't know. It's just something that doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
But like I said, going through last season, it was very frustrating, the whole process that we went through. But like now it's like, I'm teaching my son how to drive on his own, and
God bless you.
It's a bunch of things that doesn't concern everything else.
Yeah.
It's just what really matters is what goes on at home.
See, I love
that's
that.
important.
That's a rock right there, by the way.
That's honey. That's the whole mountain. Okay, but that is the most important thing that he says and that we believe together. And that's why I'm able to do the let me theory. So the let me theory does have this disclaimer, because once you say, I am not going to accept this or whatever scenarios, the goal is for you to find your peace, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not like I'm still going to be mad. No. The goal is that it doesn't matter to me anymore. And that you walk away from that situation, not letting it affect you, because you've built a sanctuary around you where you do find the peace. So I'm lucky. I have my amazing husband for 30 plus years, my kids. I have built what I want around me. So when I go into a situation that is not amicable, that's okay, but that's limited time, and I get to choose to walk away, to not to say no, whatever I need to do to find my peace. And it's the deliberation process of finding your peace that some people are like, well, she should, she just beat cancer, so she should be grateful she's alive, so she should just like stay quiet and just accept her.
Ain't that some shit?
Does one have to do with another?
No, it doesn't.
She should be lucky that she beat cancer and that she's still alive today. So she should just accept her apology and move on. The moving on thing is really quite interesting.
That's toxic. That's toxic.
That's toxic.
I want you to address the audience, because there's a woman right now, and maybe even a young man, that just heard you say, be at peace with it. It's not just about hearing them out. It's not just about moving on, but it's about truly being rooted in the healing aspect of it.
Yes.
And they don't know how. How would you help them or instruct them to get through this and actually truly heal? It's
about intention, right? So you have to know in your gut, and it's only your gut that tells you. You know how you follow your gut, right? So when whoever, if it's someone that you're dealing with and you can't get past it. Let's say your husband cheated on you, okay? And you're just trying to move on. Just get over it. It won't happen again. Is that good enough? Because you tell me that, so we're gonna have some problems. No, it's not gonna.
There's zero ramifications in that, by the way.
That's right. But people go day to day. People are so short circuit right now because of the way that the internet is fast. Everything's fast. Just move on. Stop it. Let's stop hashing it out. We talked about this already. Just because we talked about it once doesn't mean that it's going to satisfy my energy to say, I know for a fact that we are now on the same page. So that's the problem. It's like people, so intention is everything. When you're realizing that people are doing things just to tap dance around you, but not really standing in front of you and want to get to the bottom, and whatever that means for the two people, what layers or process do you need to be able to say, I'm good now. We'll never have to talk about this again. Because if you want to move on, it's called resentment. We're playing the resentment game, right? It's going to add up.
You know what I found too when I'm trying to get through something, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I always evaluate how I truly feel about it, right? And it's like, okay, am I still having this external reaction or feeling because I'm afraid of what somebody else might think? Or is it truly how I feel?
Yes.
And that's how I work backwards and be like, okay, no, I'm good with this. So then then I got to be whatever they say, whatever they do, whatever their perspective is, can be their perspective. But as long as I'm rooted in my truth, and I've worked through the putting myself in their shoes and have that conversation with them, right? But if I'm comfortable and I'm standing on my own 2 feet in that moment, you go, okay, like I'm good.
Absolutely.
Like I'm good with this outcome. That helps me.
Absolutely. But and remember, when people say sorry as well, I think that it comes with behavioral changes. So are we sorry for just one thing, or are we going to continue to do the other thing? And so you got to balance. It's a balancing act. You have to get through the entire thing and funnel it until you get to the final outcome of what it is. So if you give me shit here and you filter it, I'm still going to be left with shit. So the question is, are we really filtering it so that we can become like, what are we doing?
We've become a society with half-ass apologies. Let's just be frank.
But move on.
Yeah, but no, it's just like, I'm sorry, but what are you sorry for? Do you know why apologizing for this means something to me? And most people can't do that because they can't get out of their own way. They just say, I want to say sorry so I can move on. See, I did something for you. I apologize to you.
Yeah, and it doesn't work. Yeah. And for example, like with my parents, let me give you an example of something completely different that is very personal and that I do really, really care about is my parents, right? So I had this resentment build up. Till this day, I still think, like you said, you look at your son and you're like, I could never do that. I could never. Yeah. It's another continent, 3 months. And so
I have a hard enough time during the school day without my kids.
I know.
Like I'm freaking out right now.
So the forgiveness around that. Do you know, number one, my parents won't even watch the show. I will never, I don't need an apology for them because I understand it was based on and rooted on good intention.
Sure, of course.
And look at me now.
Yeah.
Who
had they not done that?
Who would have Guerdy been in France? I mean, I don't know, but I feel like I'm pretty.
I think you would have figured it out. I think you would have figured it out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But the point is that once you understand the good intention, it was never malicious. It was, and then I don't even need to talk to them. I'm just here to give them a hug and say, you did the best you could. And I understand that. One of my let me theory thing is about let me relate and release. So I'm like, let me relate. If I was a mother and I had nothing else going on and I needed to move on, to get the family to a better place. Okay, sacrifice. Okay, the two will go first. Oh, you understand. I'm relating to her, putting myself in her position. And then I'm like, because I know it was well-intended and did all the deliberation process of what she was thinking, I'm like, now I can release it.
Dude, intention is so funny.
I did this with myself. I'm literally forgiving my parents without them even being in the room. I don't even need to talk to them about it, My wife and I talk about intention all the time. Like if something will happen and I will come at her and be like, hey, this is how I feel. She goes, that wasn't my intention. The apology of that. I'm sorry if it was not my intention. So I'm sorry if it hurt you, that kind of stuff. She doesn't do that. Okay. She'll say, that wasn't my intention. How can we work through it? That's it. Right? Yeah, no, she doesn't. Genuine. That's genuine. No, she but also she comes from another country too. She's from Ecuador. So she came over here in 96 or 97 when she came to college and English is her second language. Yeah. So sometimes it does come off like, I'm sorry, but like the whole apology, like, sorry you feel that way. You might as well just tell me to fuck off. Yeah, right. And I've expressed that to her, and she really works through it, and I appreciate it. But this word, I'm sorry, right? This word the I'm sorry word, like sometimes it's action, just like do whatever we talked about, and this run around of this I'm sorry, and people are like, but you need to apologize. Like sometimes it's about saying, you know, like just telling the truth and just like explaining how it's going to get better. Yeah. That's maybe more than an I'm sorry, you know?
Well, that's the thing too. It's for me to work around, right? Because she goes, my intentions are never this. I'm good hearted.
Right.
My wife's an empath. So now when things happen and I get kind of pissed off about it, I go, what are her intentions? And I don't always, and you know, I don't always get this right, babe. I love you, but I don't.
Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out. What's up, girl? I fuck up plenty enough. Trust me. Yeah. And I know you do too, because you're a man and you know, it just happens. Or you might be perfect. I don't know.
Russell, complacency is Russell's, you know, kryptonite.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I'm like, Russell, it's been 6 weeks. You know, but I think aside from that, pretty
complacency, man. It happens though, right?
I'm complacent.
It's just a busy life. Yes. 2 kids. I have 3. Yep. You know, 2 careers. My wife and I have 2 careers. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to make each other a priority. And that's kind of how I want to ask you. How do you guys make yourselves a priority? Oh, for each other. I'm sorry. We're not ourselves, each other.
Like we're obsessed.
I love that.
No, like it's like we're like this. We're looking at each other. I'm like, is this real? Is this not, like what's happening? Like, is it still 30 years later? I'm looking at him. I'm like, if he walked into the room, I'll be like, I would. I still would. You know. So it's an attraction that has layers. I think. Right. Like, would you say physical? Like, I don't even know what comes first. As far as I don't know.
I mean. As far as making things a priority, it's easy for me since I have a schedule that I work by. So I go to work and I come home and they're 2 totally separate things. So, you know, when I'm at work, I'm focused on that. Hopefully, if I'm not getting emergency calls, you know, this happened. If I have a good day, then I get to focus on
emergency calls from me or emergency calls from work? What are we
Oh shit, here we go. Let's get into it.
Or the kids or whatever it is. You know, it's
something that you can't fucking do anything about at that moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that happens.
Exactly.
Y'all do that now.
There's many of them.
Y'all be doing that.
Always an emergency.
All the time.
All the time. Especially with this book coming out. Russell was my co-author pretty much. Like, so good. Like,
so that's my point. When I have work, and then when I'm at home, my priority is Guerdy and the kids.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, like she said, with the book and with everything going on, whatever it is, you know, she needs, you know, I'm going to help that, you know, we prioritize that. As far as, you know, downtime, we try to spend our nights together, you know, not away from each other, you know, I'm not like when I was a kid playing video games till, you know, midnight. No, now we're spending time together.
We have to.
You know, we're getting older. Try to go to bed earlier, but it's okay, kids, bye.
You have to put in the time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let me ask you this, Russell. What are you attracted to most about Guerdy?
I mean,
he loves it.
It does work. It does work.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, she's a beautiful woman. That's my wife. But I like I mentioned before, it's her energy. You know, it's the positive energy that she gives off, and you know, I feed off of that.
But I love that you're talking about her soul, and that's who she truly is. This is a shell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, who she truly is what attracts you most. What about you? What attracts you most about him?
My gosh.
It's a fireman suit, isn't it?
No, I'm not into costumes.
Okay. I don't know if that's a costume, though.
The party thing. No, thank you. Keep that at home. Okay, so let me explain something about Russell. Everywhere he goes, it's like everybody like, oh, they want to just be around Russell, and Russell's not even speaking. It's an energy of like peace, calm, loyalty. Just all of it exudes itself in a second. We'll go to a birthday party for like when we had our kids younger, a birthday party. All the kids like, and he's like. And I know you hate when I say this. I know you do. He's not from this. He's not from here.
He's not from here.
I'm telling you right now.
He's from another planet.
There's an energy that's very like, yes.
Yeah, interesting. What planet? If you could pick a planet,
know.
Uranus.
I don't even know. He has a very strong presence without saying a word. And that's what I found really attractive. The mystery behind his eyes. I was like, he's fine, but he's not speaking to anyone, or he's going to speak to me. That's how we met, by the way. I was like, oh, hello. Hi. Like, I kind of cursed him out a little bit, and I think he liked it.
Oh, yeah. He's a masochist. Yeah. That's cool. Let's get back to your journey, because like, I really want, in America, and I think, obviously worldwide, people are dealing with cancer constantly, right? And it's something that One in 3, any type of cancer. 1 in 8, breast cancer. I mean, that's wild. You went through breast cancer, and then you had a precautionary cancer-related hysterectomy, right? And it sent you into perimenopause at a very young age. Like, you got the fan. Break that shit out.
Not yet.
Wait, what is that? Is that a fan?
Okay. Oh, yes. I'm turning to...
there it is.
What did I always say? I said Louis Armstrong, mid-concert in 3 seconds. Watch. Gone in 60 seconds, coming in 62. Okay, how about 2?
But anyway, this is something that, like you said, 1 in 3, any type of cancer, and then 1 of every 8 women, are touched by breast cancer at some point in their life. We're seeing more of this. Yes. We're seeing kids, we're seeing young parents. In fact, one of my wife's old friends, her husband just passed away from some type of rare form of brain tumor. And, there was kids involved. It's like, navigating what could possibly be. I mean, what I do know about you already, you probably just said, no, this is like, I'm good. Like, I'm a beat this. We're not thinking about that, but like, talk about that health journey, because someone listening right now is going through it directly, or having someone in their life that is going through it.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where do I begin?
I don't know. Wherever you want.
First of all, one of my chapters is called Paradise Interrupted. I was in St. Bart's.
Oh, shit.
Oh, having the best time of my life. I was helping a friend do her wedding anniversary, and then I get the call. I'm lucky that I had my mammogram done, so I was always, getting my mammograms. And so early detection matters, because if it wasn't for that mammogram, I wouldn't have gotten the result call. Mm-hmm. As soon as I saw my gynecologist call me on his cell phone, I said, hello, don't say a word, let me patch in Russell. I already knew it wasn't good. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And then we get on the call, and, and then it's a journey. It started out with just being what's called stage 0, DCIS. You're going to be fine. A little lumpectomy, bada bing, bada boom. Okay. But it's still the word cancer. Mm. So the mental toll on just hearing the word cancer, you've been, you have the plague. And that's that. It got worse and worse and worse into stage 1B, into invasive, into this, into that. By the time I knew it, I was getting chemo, radiation, and needed full reconstructive surgery. And it was like, what are we talking about? Mm. Getting through the first C word was hell on earth. Mm. Now I got another C word, the word chemo. And then they're like, oh, hopefully you won't get the red devil. What is the red devil? Like, what are we talking about? Am I going to hell? Mm-hmm. Like, you think that's a type of chemo, which I didn't get, but like, everyone's like, hopefully you don't. So you get into this world where it's unstoppable. It's the roller coaster ride that you do not want to get on, but you can't get off.
Shit, man.
You can't get off. And and then one day, so you get the lumpectomy. Oh, we think we got it. We cleared the margins. We think we got it all. You should be good to go. 3 days later, the results came back. We didn't clear the margins. What day can you schedule a second lumpectomy? What?
Damn.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the first day of chemo, I'm all ready with my glam. We're gonna beat cancer. Wearing pink. Yeah, that's what I saw on TV. Oh no, I got chemo through the vein, because I thought that, I had a choice of like the port or the vein, but I only had 4 rounds of chemo. So why create a scar here? Put it through the vein. If you see the photo in my book, it was a snake. It looked like a snake skin that it burned my entire arm. Mm. Okay, wow. So now we need to get a port scar. And so, we got the port in and did it through the port. It's always something. And it's not of a clear road. And that's cancer.
It's the unknown, right? And my question to you is, you have 2 beautiful boys.
I was about to say that the trickle-down effect, it affects everyone. And the boys just got quiet. That was the way I think it was, just got silent. They were like little mice in the house, like just like tipping-toeing around while he's like, okay, mommy's coming up, guys. Come say hi. We're leaving to the hospital. Grandma's coming in now. We'll see you in 2 days, 3 days. It was just like, I was like a ghost and a corpse. That's me. And boxed in is the last thing this girl wants to be in. And that's how I felt. I felt boxed in, and I couldn't do anything. I had to be told when to do this, when to shower, when to do the next surgery, to lay down, to take this pill, here's your shot. It was the worst scenario, especially for someone like myself in the state of control. Remember, my trauma came from lack of control. I want control all the time, and now I'm powerless and I have no control. Boxed in, chapter 17. Yeah.
Man, and again, I don't want to like keep hammering on it, but I, again, I have 3 kids, and if something were to happen to me, I worry about that, right? I worry about like, how are my kids going to be? Like they're little. Are they going to remember me? Like, are they going to remember the lessons? Are they going to be okay? Is this going to pretty much fuck them up the rest of their lives? But then there's also spouses involved, right? And Russell, you went through this. You went through the stages of her being boxed in, feeling like a ghost and just someone's pincushion, for lack of a better term. How scary was it for you?
Oh, obviously it's very scary at the time. We had a good prognosis, but
right.
To get to that good prognosis, you got to go through all the steps, and you don't know what's going to happen along the way. Every surgery, whether it's minor or major, you're getting put under, it carries a risk. So every step of the way, there's concern. So you just try and, myself, like I always do, I just try to support as best as I can. And, with the kids, I think the way they handled it was when I explained to them, what was going on.
Oh yeah, Liam.
They wanted to know, so is she going to be okay?
They wanted right to it. Well, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
No, tell him what Liam said. He was he was 11?
Yeah, or 10.
10.
He's like, is it contagious?
I'm like, that was his first question. Is it contagious, Daddy?
It's not contagious. So, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
But, I think they compartmentalize it. And when I said, it's a great chance that everything's going to be okay. So they're like, okay, that's okay. We're cool.
I pretty much guaranteed it. I was like, no, it's fine. Like stage 1B, like, okay, amazing. But like once I got that scare with the chemo, and you don't know, I was in full shock. The red light started coming on. I was like, couldn't breathe. It was like a big reaction that I had to the first round of chemo. So then I was like, this ain't no joke. They're like, stage 1B, okay, fine. But like, this is like serious. That's when shit got real.
Yeah,
real quick.
Man.
But the kids, their resilience and they're very Russell in their calm. And that really helped me so much. So much. If I had a little girl, I don't even know how I would have even done that.
I got 2 of them, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's no shot in hell my girls would be calm. My son would internalize it.
That's what the kids did.
Yeah, and Dan knows my family really well. Like, Bobby would internalize it to the point where just eat him up. My girls would be a mess. My daughter, you said you're a Capricorn. When's your birthday?
January 4th.
My daughter's is January 5th. She's my youngest, and she's the biggest empath you'll ever meet. And it would destroy us. Like those types of things. Like I'm always interested in bringing that part of the story to the audience, because a lot of parents listen.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of 20-year-olds that are listening, and 25-year-olds that are children of parents that are going through this.
There's not a lot out there for them, by the way. And I realized that when I was writing my book, I did a lot of research, and so I was like, how can I help to give back? Is what I was thinking, right? So at first, I'm like, my memoir. I want to share. And then the book is not a cancer book; it's my memoir.
Right,
and the cancer really changed me. So it's the journey, to me that I had to, and my reinvention and so forth. But then I'm like, I want to write a book eventually that talks about those kids or those teenagers. They do a lot of books about like the kids, like mommy's got something called the teenagers right now who are on that internet, who are searching, who are like not telling you that they're already seeing the worst of the worst that could happen to you. It's a whole thing. So everyone needs help, and they're caregivers. Yeah. That's how I call it.
Yeah. I feel like that book for the 20-year-olds could be called "What the Fuck Is Really Going On."
Yeah. You said it.
Right? Yeah. Because
the truth.
Well, I mean, like, look, they need truth. They're going to go to the internet. They're going to find it. They're going to hashtag it on social media and get some bullshit slant. They're going to get the worst of it, right? I just wanted to ask those important questions because, you know, obviously I can look back now and you can look back now, both of you and your boys too. It could be like, that made you even stronger and it made you more of a fucking warrior, right? How has your perspective shifted in your everyday life when you come up against some type of adversity? I mean, you beat cancer. Like, what the fuck? I mean, what can beat you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the thing is that I asked myself, I'm like, wait, I'm writing this book called From Trauma to Trophies, and did I just give my kids trauma? Was that the first trauma? Is that the first core memory of trauma?
Probably.
So yeah. And so I have to be mindful of that. I got to remember. We got to remember that because that could be something, you know, that shows itself elsewhere. Everything calls reaction. There's always a reaction to something. So what was the question again?
I don't know. Oh, how did it make you stronger? Like, if you beat that, how do you approach things in your daily life now with a bit more just,
it's like
I don't want to say confidence, but like maybe,
it's like a movie, man. I swear to goodness. I already was walking in a movie. Like I feel like my life is like a music video, and people are always like, "How do you pose so well?" I'm like, because I'm like listening to music, and I'm like, you know, like. Dun, 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 dun,
See, I can't do that.
So, that's how you got to do it, baby.
So I can't do that.
So
I'm like taking pictures like.
Yeah. So when I say I'm a bad bitch.
Put my hand where?
Right. When I say I'm a bad bitch, is because I am living like Kill Bill moment. If I'm going to be, I need to be furious.
You're in your fucking Uma Thurman era.
That's my movie.
Come on.
And in the book, in his foreword, he's like, she literally streams Little House on the Prairie on Tuesdays pretty much. But then on Saturday, she could be watching Kill Bill and The Godfather. That's me. I'm like...
Little House of Prairie.
That's my favorite. Oh my God, that's my childhood.
That's mine too.
No, sir. You don't
I swear.
No.
We used to watch it all the time.
9 seasons, and I just keep like I'm on season 2 now, but like I just keep rewatching it. That's my childhood, and like my favorite Christmas. Tell them about what we have to do on Christmas at least once.
Sound of Music.
It's in the book. We were the Von Trapp family, the black version. Swear to God. Swear to goodness. If you read the Régie Rules, chapter 3.
Thank you for bringing her, by the way. This is fucking
We
great.
were the Von Trapp. We didn't even know how to sing. We're like, oh, what we're doing, guys? Hey, Petit Papa Noel. It was a nightmare. My father, all of a sudden, one day, is like, hey, guys, we're going to create a group to sing in church. We're like, what the hell? Hey.
Oh, my God, that'd be brutal. I couldn't sing.
But so anyway, back to the question.
I can't sing.
I can't sing either.
What can I do?
You got to act as if, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But the way I come into this world, I wake up and I mean my own movie. And it's like, it's not delusional, by the way. It's just kind of like, you believe in who you are so much that when I walk into a room, you know, like I have full conviction and I am going to be present. You know what I mean? So some people call me too much, too extra. And you know what? Thank you.
Yeah.
Because at least I'm present and at least you notice me.
Yeah.
You know, so the fact is that the way I like to say it is like, you know, it's a movie, man. It's a movie.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Make it memorable. Make it count.
You have to. As it pertains to the book, right? This is your memoir, right? And as you're writing this memoir, and of course the cancer story was a part of it, but there's so many other amazing parts of it, just like who you are, the essence of who you are.
Yes.
And it's called From Trauma to Trophies.
Trophy Girl.
Trophy Girl. Talk about Trophy Girl, because it's not what the audience thinks it means.
That's right.
That's what I love about it. That's why it's genius. But I want you to formulate how the writing of this memoir healed you even further, and then dive into Trophy Girl.
I was just on the plane coming back on was Saturday, and I was just rereading the book again. We read it 16 times, you know, and I'm writing it, and I'm on the plane laughing so hard in tears that people are like,
what's going on with this chick? Better ground this fucking plane.
And then there was a fan that came all the way from the back, all the way to the end, to my seat. Guerdy, I love you so much. I love you so much. I just bought your book. And I'm just kind of like, I'm reading it right now and I'm laughing at my own book. And I don't know if this is like weird, but this is like the funniest shit ever. My childhood was crazy town in the sense of the stuff that my parents like did and made us do. But it was my memory and it's my life and my story. And honestly, writing it was so cathartic in a way. It was so healing in many ways because you have to keep writing and you have to make sure that when you hit that sentence, that it's exactly what you mean. So this book is hard because once it goes out there, can't take it back.
Can't take it back, dude.
And so you have to stand on it. And I'm standing on this book and how I feel right now about everything that you read. And there's a lot of really interesting things. I'm pushing the needle on a lot of thoughts, like the, Mel Robbins and the let me. And I'm a trophy girl because I win. I win at life, man. And life is what? The car outside, the house that can burn down with a hurricane, the what? No. Those are easy. That's why I'm married for love. I could have been, I was on Fisher Island, the 1% of the world doing all kinds of parties. I could have been that, kept girl. And that's great. That's a professional all on its own. You like it, I love it. But I'm telling you right now, I win and this is a win for me because of the fact that I have this person next to me who is my ride or die.
I love that.
But I can ride or die, And I say my acknowledgement to him on the books. It's just a one-liner. You have seen every version of me and you stayed anyways.
Fuck.
That's it, man.
Don't you fucking make me cry on my show.
You have seen every version of me and you stayed anyway. So that's that. And then my kids, my health, my soul, I'm just happy to be. And whoever doesn't get it, fuck off. Fuck off. Because it's your loss. Big mistake, like Pretty Woman.
You are a beautiful human being. Straight up. I'm so grateful that you guys are here. You're making me fucking emotional.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
I'm fighting it back. I'm fighting it back. But I know I just value this conversation so much because it's so real. It's no holding back. Yeah. It's real. It's your life. And it's giving a value to the audience and you getting this out in your memoir. I want to hold it up again.
Yeah.
From trauma to triumph. From trauma to trophies. I can't speak.
Yeah, man.
But the cool thing about this is, and I want the audience to really look at this, she designed this cover herself. So we joked about it, but designing covers for people, you should probably think about that because this is a beautiful cover.
I come from a event design world. I not only a planned event, I have my own design, event planning firm. I also had my own design planning. So we planned and designed everything.
Amazing.
From walking to the room. And it's I Gerdified that shit. I Gerdified everything. And so my name, in speaking about my name, I hated my name.
Really?
Because yes, it was the icebreaker of the bullying days. It was and there were two names. So we started out with a big banger, Elisheba. Thank you, Mom. Elisheba was Queen Sheba. It means your name is a queen. Yeah, thank you, lady. You're not in the PR with me.
Yeah, it's going to go well.
What? Bomb. I was like, oh my God, please. And I didn't even speak English to defend myself. So those were the days. Fuck. And then I'm like, okay, which part of this name? So Guerdy, Elisheba, Réjouis is my full name. Guerdy? We can say Guerdy. Guerdy, that's my name. And I changed my name from Elisheba to Guerdy because I just wanted it to stop. Okay. But then everything's meant to be. So then the name Guerdy was the better of the two. Is he named Gertrude? Guerdy, whatever.
Can't win.
But now I get to Gerdify. My name is a verb now. When people want to hire me for their weddings, they'll be like, girl, I want you to Gerdify my wedding.
That's badass.
What does that mean?
That's badass.
Taking it to the next level, making it super unique. That's who I am. And you're asking me to bring that value into your event space, creating the most memorable event of your life. And my name is what's going to create that for you?
That's brand, baby.
Do you understand that?
Damn, that's cool.
And that's priceless. That's not there's no physicality to it. It's literally my name.
I love it.
Who gets to do that?
You did. So you did.
I win it at life. I'm winning at life. And that's the thing about it. So the pleasure of me saying to someone, I'm winning. It's not like, look at my money. No, it's like, it's invisible. But it's because it's all not tangible like that. It's not tangible things at all.
Love it.
Man.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. This has been an amazing conversation.
It's been amazing. What, so fast. I feel like
we're an hour in.
Stop your lies.
I'm pretty damn close.
Oh
50 minutes. We can keep going. Yeah, we keep going. Hey, we call it
move, you move.
Yeah, just like that's not a good song, man.
There's some good ones.
That's some good ones. They need to bring back good music.
You see, exactly. Now AI is gonna start singing for us, honey.
Dude, they have AI actresses now looking for representation. It's like, how does an AI actress look for representation?
I don't understand.
It's crazy to me. It's nuts, man. But there's a lot going on in this world.
There's
I think
a lot going on.
It's just so important to do things that we believe in, right? And to stay true to ourselves and to do good works like you did with your book. And you're actually going to BravoCon, right? To talk about
That's the
that.
release date of my book. It's going to be out on the 14th, and I'm going to be launching it at BravoCon. And then I'm going on a press tour. You are my first.
That's amazing.
So I'm excited about that. And then we're just going to hit the road, baby, and just kind of get this book in the right hands, which is everybody's hands.
Yeah.
Everyone wins when they read this book. Trust me.
Where can they go to buy it?
Oh, everywhere. Barnes & Nobles, Shopify, Amazon. So yes, at my website. So it's out there, man. It's going to be out there on the 14th. Pre-order now because the demand is demanding.
Yes.
Thank goodness. I'm so excited.
That's great.
And yeah, so it's going to be exciting.
And what's your website?
My website is guerdyfy.com. That's GUERDYFY.com.
There it is.
Yes.
Good stuff.
There it is. I thought you knew.
I'm so jacked that I was your first stop. I'm going to apologize for the rest of the stops because it ain't going to be like this.
Ain't going to be like that.
You're going to be all like, shit, if I can sit like that. This is how we do it here. Okay, this is it. This is it. Thank you guys so much,
You're the
Russell.
best.
It was amazing having you on. For the
You get
audience.
the exclusive. You get to have Russell, by the way.
Dude, this is crazy.
No, he doesn't do this.
doesn't
So,
do-
you know.
yeah,
But
we
he's
got
always
him.
like, you know what? I'll sit with him.
We'll
He's
do
cool.
it.
He's chill.
Yeah, we're chill.
Hey.
We're chill. Guys, go pick up the book, Guerdyfy.com, all the bookstores. Check it out. Follow her on Instagram. What's your handle again?
Guerdy Design, GUERDYDESIGN.
I'm still waiting for a follow back from her, but we'll cover that off camera.
Who fucked that one up?
Yeah, we
Was
fucked that
funny?
one up.
Work for
It's
me.
fun. Hey, let's blame it on Matt. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Share this episode with someone you know, love, and trust. And please, 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 until next time, stay determined.